recording. Even though I probably can't use the audio, but it's good for markers anyway. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show with
Andy Brant Bernard
and Kristyn Burtt.
See, look at that. Catherine's out gallivanting around. I don't know where she is, but it is what it is, correct?
Correct, but I'm here.
That's all we need. That's all I have to say. I do need to mention, by the way, the response you've given us to the booking the national comedians. You guys have, man, you're really loving it. That's good to see. We kicked it off last week with Frank Caliendo, of course. Did very, very well with that because he's such a good guy. Now, the one thing, maybe for new listeners, I should say, because I just found out we have a bunch of listeners in West Palm Beach too, Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. I didn't even know because I've never promoted it down here, so I don't even know how they found it.
The little billboard on your car.
Yes, I put a billboard on my car. There you go.
Well, we do have on our merch store. We do have decals you can put on your car. So there you go.
There you have it. But yeah, it's been responded to. So Frank Caliendo came on and killed it. It was great. Today, at the top of the hour, we have Jeff Cesario. Jeff's one of your buddies. Lives out in Los Angeles, pal.
Oh, he's my neighbor.
Your neighbor. So yeah, he's going to be on today, and then a week from today. Now this one is just a natural because he's a huge, almost a family member of my family. My kids have known this guy since, it's Nick. Nick Swardson is going to be on a week from today.
Oh, is he?
Nick Swardson, yep. Yeah, I booked him a week from today, and it's just, now I have comedians reaching out to me wanting to be on the show, which is great. I absolutely, please do that. There's a young kid, I think his name is Josh Rosen. He does stand up in Florida, and I think we're going to have him on too. But
great.
I got to get him on the phone. But yeah, I mean, to open up with Frank Caliendo, Jeff Cesario, and Nick Swardson, I feel very, very fortunate. There are some big names in comedy, and I'll close with this. There was a national story on today about how, who the hell did I go after again saying he's not funny anymore?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. There was a national story about how people don't think Bill Burr is funny anymore. I mean, why is he doing this to himself? I don't understand. He's a very funny guy. I mean, he's not a people person, don't get me wrong. I've met him a couple of times, and he's very standoffish, there's no question, which is fine. That's his business. But he has gone from being very, very funny to doing nothing but pissing and moaning about politics.
Yep, many such cases.
God. And then what?
I said many such cases.
There are many such cases now. You're absolutely
every
right about that.
comedian these days.
But yeah, so the comedians we're going to have on, magnificent, and I'm going to have to, reach out to some friends and go, hey, Bill Burr and I are not friends. Don't get me wrong. I've met him a couple times. We're not friends, but I don't. Why is he having such a tough time about? The guy's made about $1 billion doing stand-up comedy. What the hell's he got to be crabby about?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't pay attention to him, so it's I was like, going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival was all I needed to know about him. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you meet him?
Nope, but I just know that where he took his money from. I was like, you're going to take your money from Saudi Arabia, and you're willing to censor your set, comedy set for the government? Gotcha.
I know. I don't understand that. So he complains about doing comedy, and then he goes across. I'm sure the payday was.
The pay was astronomical for every comedian who went, and
yep.
I get it. The economy's tough. People want to make money. At the same time, I guess it's like you do have to look yourself in the mirror, and you're like, what is your line? Where is your moral compass? Yep. And as an artist, are you willing to censor yourself? Because comedy should, traditionally was not about censoring yourself. So you have to have very clear guidelines when you perform over there.
Is that because it's a male country and a female country, and they don't get the same value and they don't get the same privileges?
Yeah, you're not supposed to make fun of the government. Someone posted,
right.
and I know it was on Twitter, and I know it made its rounds on TikTok, of someone had posted the contract that they were offered, and they did not accept it, but of what they were allowed to joke about and what they were not allowed to. I mean, it had to be a very clean set, too. So if you're not a clean comedian, switching 180 degrees, your
Yes.
entire set, that would be like a set you probably would never do again, I would assume.
Probably true, yeah. That is probably true. Yeah, I don't understand. You want to go over there and make people laugh that basically hate America. Is that not correct?
I mean,
I don't think
guess-
they care.
Yeah.
they're
They
getting
don't
money.
care.
as long as the
Money.
check clears. I mean, like, I guess that's it. Like, where do you draw the line? I mean, and Tom, like, where would you draw the line of if someone, I mean, if they were like, hey, come on over and do the podcast. We're doing the Riyadh, like, podcast festival. Would you go?
Nope.
And they were like, okay, but they were like $2.5 million.
I don't
You just have
care.
to do a 1 hour show.
I don't
Can
care.
I take the money and then disappear forever?
Just never resurface. Never resurface.
I'm sure they'd love that. I'm sure making enemies of the Saudi royalty is a great idea.
You know what's amazing, and again, that it's because I've been very fortunate my entire life, and Andy can tell you this is true. Now, if Alex and Catherine were here, they tell you too. I don't give a rat's ass about money. I've always been able to make money from the time I was 11 years old. I make a nice living now. I don't care about that. I mean, spending your whole life tracking down money, I'd rather tell my son and my daughter, my grandkids, and my in-laws, and my wife how much I love them and just enjoy being around them. No, I have no, I need more money. Settle down, for Christ's sake, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just think of the comedians that are just like, yep, I'll take it at any cost. Like,
They
what does
do.
Kevin Hart?
Yep.
Does Kevin Hart need more money? I guess that's my question. He was someone who went over there.
Yeah, I don't know. He's never been funny, so I don't know about that.
He's
but
just short.
he's what?
He's a short king. He's like
He's a
5'5",
He's a
5'4".
short king. I bet you'd love that. Yeah,
He knows he's short. There's no denying that. I mean, he's my height.
we'll have him on the show, and then you can go. You guys can battle it out.
Yeah, I can like just go look it. I can punch you right. I don't have to like reach up.
It's really nice.
We have 2 airplane-related stories today.
The airplane.
Guessing
Yeah,
you
the
can
Kentucky
guess what-
crash.
Yeah, one
Oh,
of them
no.
is. Yeah. So there's that, and I actually do have the video ready for people who haven't seen it yet.
And trigger warning, because it is a little scary.
It's
Really?
if you're expecting just a little
Or if you're-
plane crash, no.
Or
this
if you're
is-
flying today, maybe don't watch it.
Well, this was a cargo plane carrying some amount of fuel, something tens to hundreds of thousands of pounds of fuel. And I will put it up here. And if you don't want to see this, then just it's only 20 seconds long, so just look away for a
Is this
moment.
the
I won't,
cargo-
I won't play the audio or anything.
This is
So
the cargo plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there it is, and yeah. So the engine is on fire. The left
Yeah,
engine is on
yep.
fire.
You can see
We don't
that.
know why. I don't think yet. But then.
Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah, that thing is gone.
The whole airplane's gone.
Yep.
The entire
they're not-
airplane disappeared.
There can't be anything left.
There's nothing left of
That's-
that plane.
That's like a
My God.
Halifax grade explosion right there.
That's awful.
And, yeah, last night Joe texted me and he was like, "Yeah, there was a plane that just gigantic explosion about 5 miles from where I live." And I'm like, "Oh,
Ugh.
38,000," he says.
What's
So yeah,
38,000?
38,000 gallons of fuel in there.
Oh
yeah,
God.
9 dead and
Pounds.
11 injured. And they
Really?
said possibly
9
more.
dead?
Yeah, because there were people on the ground that were affected.
Oh, wow.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite
That's
the thing.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then another thing happened, less severe, but Jason Matheson, Jason Show?
Sure.
He was on a plane yesterday evening, and they were about to take off, I think, and then someone called in a bomb threat onto the plane.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
And he and everyone else was forced to get off the plane. So that's fun.
Jeez.
And I
Yes,
don't think there was a bomb. I think it was just some lunatic. But yeah, can you imagine you're about to take off and then you get a bomb threat and now you're like stuck in the airport for God knows how long?
Yeah. Well, that's very, very true.
Well, my thought would be like just getting the heck off that plane because I would just think
Well, yeah, because
that would be my first thought.
You never know.
You don't
know,
know because
so-
people are nuts.
You know, the reason I love that guy so much, and I always have, he's just a great guy. But, people have been saying stuff about me that I'm this and I'm that and I'm anti this and I'm racist that and the blah, blah. And it's all bullshit, of course. They just do it to try to harm your career. But one thing I love about Jason Matheson, and this is a true story, Jason is a gay man in America today. He's very open about it. As a matter of fact, the show he does over at Hubbard, it talks quite a bit about being gay and things like that, right? But Jason has always been such a good guy that every time he sees somebody kind of getting that look on their face about, me or somebody else, he'll come over and give me a big hug. Oh, Tom, it's great to see you. It's just wonderful. I love that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, really? Is he? No, he's not. Shut up. Why do you think it is so easy for people to go, and it's worse now than it's ever been, to go way out of their way to harm other people? Why do they want to do that? I don't get it.
Social media, the internet, I don't know.
Yeah.
I keep on seeing there's been more and more studies that social media is on the decline, and I am praying for its demise, to be honest.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm guilty. I'm on social media, but at the same time, I'm like, yes. I love that the younger generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they are leading the way on turning off all these platforms, because I think that they've been very detrimental to us as a society as a whole. I mean, and it touches entertainment, it touches politics, it touches sports. The toxicity that comes into play is disgusting.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It really is too bad that that's all going on. First of all, let me ask you a question. Why would I want to waste 20 minutes of my time being a tough guy to somebody who doesn't even know me and try to engage in things and piss people off? Why would I even want to do that? I don't get it. Why do they do that?
I mean, you should see some of the comments I get about, I say this all the time, like every week, Dancing with the Stars. Like people sending me like hate for Dancing with the Stars, people.
Yeah,
like think about that. Like just sit there for a moment and be like, really? Oh. It's a dumb reality show. It's delightful. Don't get me wrong, but it is a dumb reality show in the grand scheme of what is going on in the world. And you are sending me hate because of that? Okay.
Did you hear the story about some woman sent like a voicemail to someone who was running for a House seat, I think? Let me get this story up here quick, because it's very relevant to the conversation at hand right now.
Mm-hmm. He's working it out. No, that's not a problem. I could talk to this young woman who's right in front of me on screen.
We got plenty to talk about.
Plenty to talk about. I ran into yet another one of your fans. My God, when I run into your fans, it's like, please just shut up about. I've heard it all. Yeah,
she's so annoying.
Yes,
here we go.
That's exactly it, right?
Do you know who Tim Sheehy is?
Yep,
he is a senator somewhere. And there's this woman who is a candidate for a Helena City Commission, whatever that is.
Montana?
Yes, Helena, Montana. But I don't. Commission is what is a commission? Commissioner?
A commissioner, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or you run a commission when you're a commissioner, I guess.
So she left a voicemail to Sheehy, and it's let's see. This was actually in July, apparently, but it wasn't released until recently. I'm going to just summarize it because it's completely insane. She said that I hope one day you get pancreatic cancer and it spreads throughout your body so fast they can't treat you for it. Don't meet me on the streets. I hope you die like a dog. I hope your children never forgive you. And so forth.
Now, when did Kristyn write this to me?
And then, so Tim Sheehy released this, it looks like. Right. And then she came out and she was basically just like, oh, you're just mad because I'm telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Okay. This is what people are being reduced to.
Isn't that sad?
And there's a lot of people who are like that and want to say these things to people.
You know what's amazing about this whole thing, and looking at it from my perspective, because I did my first radio show when I was 17, I think it was. I've been involved in this business, for almost all of my life. I would say at least 80% of my life and all the rest of it. And I just don't remember people using this kind of format or whatever to go after other people and talk about how much they hate people. And that just never happened when I was a kid, I mean, we're going through a situation when black people were treated with more respect and that made some people very uncomfortable, I guess. And I don't know if that was part of it or not, but I just don't understand why you want to, oh, you suck and you're horrible and I hope you die. And it's like, why would you? Do you think I want anyone to die? No, I do not. I have no interest in anyone dying, okay?
What
Why
about
you
Lex
do?
Luthor?
Yeah, Lex Luthor. He's the one guy. That's all I'm saying.
What about Doctor Doom?
But what I'm saying is, I would never even think about, oh, God, I hope you drop dead. No, I would, it's just not who I am. I don't want anyone to die, you know? But that's not how people are anymore. And I would have thought that when radio faded, because radio is nowhere near as powerful as it used to be, unfortunately, which breaks my heart, actually, because I love doing radio. It was wonderful. But it's so different now. Television's not the same as it was. Radio's not the same as it was. Now you have podcasting. What I was hoping with podcasting is smarter people would come on and do shows. Not even close.
The joke is it's too easy to buy a microphone and start a
Yes.
podcast now.
Yes.
It really
It's
is.
true.
I mean, literally anyone can just buy a $50 USB mic off Amazon, plug it into their computer, and there you go. You got a podcast.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I thought of you the other day, Tom, because I saw a post, and I feel like it was on LinkedIn. iHeartMedia is hiring for in a major market in New York City, and they're like, we are looking for someone for a radio show. Their starting salary, it's hourly. It's like $25 to $31 an hour. I'm like, in New York
God.
City, in a major market, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Unless you're making $1 million a year in New York City, you ain't going to make it.
Oh, at this
You're
point,
not
I
gonna
feel like
make it.
2 million to be.
Yeah, maybe 2 million. Yeah, you might be right. It might be 2 million.
I know. I think about how little I made when I lived in New York City,
Oh, God,
coming out
yes.
of college and then, out into the great big world. And I was able to survive. And I did have a rent stabilized apartment, so that helped tremendously.
Oh, that's
but
good, yeah.
that era of New York is long gone. And there's no way with the little salary that I had, I would have been able to survive. And I survived, and I still had fun and traveled and went out, and you can't do that anymore in any major city.
No, that's too bad. When Catherine and I did live in New York, it was before Andy was born, obviously. It was wonderful. You could walk around anywhere you wanted to. You can go out at night. You can go out 2:30 in the morning. Nobody would ever bother you. It was wonderful. Great places were open. I don't know. It's too bad.
Yeah, I lived under Giuliani's administration when
Yeah.
I was in New York, and I will say that I would often travel 2 a.m. on the subway without a care in the world.
Yep.
I wasn't carrying pepper spray. It was like little old me just sitting there
Little
by
old
myself,
me.
not even thinking twice, and always felt safe. And would walk, out of the Christopher Street 19 station to my house. I had to walk a couple blocks to my house. Again, never felt unsafe. It really was a really sweet time to live in New York City.
It
I
was.
used to take the Blue Line in Minneapolis all the time.
Yep, you did. I remember that.
When I had to go to the Capitol and I didn't feel like driving because driving is horrendous in that area.
It
I know I'm
is.
talking to someone from LA, so it's like, Crimea River. but
It's all
still-
relative.
Yeah,
but
it's all
still,
relative.
It's like, it's just nice to hop on the Blue Line and just get there and get to the airport. Because I was walking distance from Blue Line terminal where I lived. So
Mm-hmm.
I just walked like half a mile south, got to the airport, no problem. But I wouldn't today.
No.
There's no way I would.
Why are they allowing people to act the way they are acting on public transportation?
It's a great question.
I don't get it. Because, I used to take the school bus once in a while. I didn't take it very often because we always lived within a mile of the school, so mostly I walked. But it was really cold. I would take the bus. If anybody acted out of line on the bus at all, you were gone. They would pull that bus over and go, "You're out of here. We don't allow people to act like that on these buses."
When I lived in New York City, I knew who the undercover cops were because this is so
That's
great.
good. That's good.
I was a hostess at a restaurant at the Harley Davidson Cafe on 56th and 6th, and I would go home and take the subway to the West 4th Street station. I remember this so clearly, and I started to know, because they wear the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
There was this one guy that used to wear these baggy denim shorts that went past his knee, and I was like, why is this guy always dressed like that, and what restaurant does he work in? And then one day they were running after some guy in the subway, and I was like, undercover cops. So every time
Yeah.
I would see them, I knew what car they would take. I knew what train they were always on, and I would sit in their car because I'm like, I'm good.
Funny to
way
think
to
that
do it.
undercover cops, they have one set of civilian clothes and they just wear their uniform the rest of the time.
I mean, and it was these big and he used to wear like a bandana. Like I just remember all of
Trying
it.
too hard.
It was
Yeah.
way too hard, especially for that era. It was really funny.
Yeah, I'm going to get my prison Mike uniform on so I can.
Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Anything entertaining coming on, sister?
Miss Piggy is getting her own movie.
Miss Piggy is?
Well,
Miss Piggy is. Yeah, actually, Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence are developing the film. And this is the first time Miss Piggy has had her own standalone film. She's always been with the Muppets or, of course, her on-again, off-again boyfriend Kermit, the frog. So kind of excited by that. So it's taken her almost 50 years to get her own movie.
So is it going to be animated?
Well, she's going to be a Muppet, so it's not going to be animated.
It's going to be a Muppet. Okay,
Yeah, it's going to be a Muppet. But I think it's going to be like the Muppet movies where there are humans, there are Muppets, and they interact together. So.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm sure
that
we'll see
makes
other
sense.
Muppet cameos.
You know,
I'm
that show,
sure.
how many years ago was did that show start on public television?
Oh, well, the Muppet show was on, I want to say ABC.
That was on ABC probably, yeah. I think
I
you're
believe.
right.
And that was on Saturday nights. I feel like it was the lead in to the Love Boat and stuff, if I'm correct.
Oh,
Does anyone
yeah.
remember that?
the Muppet Show started in 76? Wow.
Yeah, it was late.
Really?
And then what year did it go through on television? Like 80 something?
81.
Okay.
That's
That was
amazing.
a 5-year run.
Yeah.
I remember watching the Muppet Show as my parents would get ready to go out and the babysitter would come over. Like that's what I
yeah.
remember about.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I really love about that whole situation, because I went through every one of those deals, whether it would be Captain Kangaroo or was, people you just mentioned, all these different shows. And it was tough when those shows went off the air. Like Lunch with Casey in Minneapolis was a huge show. Roger Awesome was the guy's name, and he played Casey Jones. And when your name was on television, happy birthday, Tom Bernard. I was like, because all the kids would send their name in on their birthday, and he would read all their names. It was wonderful.
Oh, like who was the guy from He would do the Smuckers Happy Birthdays on the Today Show.
Oh, yeah.
Willard Scott. Is it Willard Scott?
I think it was Willard Scott. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
He did that for years. Like he was no longer the meteorologist, but he would still do the Smuckers Happy Birthdays
There you go, right there.
for years.
Well, it's very sweet. It's very cool, people doing that, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean they don't do it anymore because he's no longer with us. But
Right.
there's something very quaint about it. And
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with someone about how like nostalgia just hits you lately. There's a couple of social media accounts and they'll do like, this is what the mall looked like at Christmas in the 80s or the 90s or
Oh,
the early
yeah.
2000s.
Yeah.
And there is something about it, they'll start playing Christmas music over it and you're like, why does that hurt? And there's something about nostalgia sometimes that hurts because it really was
Oh,
a
yeah.
simpler time. And I'm
Yep.
sure it hits you as you get older because you just kind of long for something that was just easier. Your family members were around, the magic of Christmas or the holiday season, whatever you celebrate. But there is something about that. You're like, oh my gosh.
Well, you know what nostalgia actually means? It means homecoming pain.
Oh, are you serious? It is such
There
a pain.
you go.
I'm someone, I decorate. I'm one of those annoying people that the second it's November 1st, it's Christmas at our house. And I do it in stages. We get a real Christmas tree and I don't get it till the first weekend of December. But we do have, I like to start putting things out. And I have all of certain items from my grandmother's house, that whole legal battle. And so this is my first year having some of those and just putting them out. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to cry just even having these in my house. And so I feel that weird stabbing pain of nostalgia.
Weird stabbing pain.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting, and I guess I've always considered myself lucky because my birthday is on November 7th. So once Halloween kicked in, man, it was, Halloween and it was my birthday and then it was
Yeah.
Christmas, and then it was New Year. I mean, for 3 straight months, there was always something to celebrate. It was wonderful.
Yeah, as soon as my birthday, because my birthday is
Yep.
the 26th, which is
Yep.
right before Halloween. So my birthday is like the beginning of nonstop stuff season for like 3 months.
It's
And then it
true.
ends with debatably Alex's birthday because she's February 2nd. Mom's is the 31st of March, but that's like almost 2 months after that. So it's
Yeah.
like you get a lull. So
It's true, no question. But what'd you do now?
Can you hear the sirens?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very loud actually.
Oh my gosh, they're so far off in the distance. That's crazy.
Are they?
But the
really?
mic's picking it up.
Did you get a new mic?
No, it's the same mic.
Oh, it's interesting because you were a lot louder. I had to turn you way down today.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Same mic.
Thank you, Derek. He said
Yes,
glad
thank
to be
you.
back and
that
healthy.
coming?
Thank you. Thank
I
Everyone's
don't know
like,
about
Derek.
healthy, but I am back.
Who's coming for ya? Your Margaret wants to know. I'm like, what am I being arrested for?
I have a feeling you hear sirens quite often.
Living in a city, yes, it is. It lulls you to sleep when you live in a city.
I
I
still
mean, and I've lived
remember-
in a city for so long between New York City and here.
Yeah. I still remember we went to Chicago for that Radio Hall of Fame thing. What was that, like 7 years ago?
That was,
I think it was
7 or 8 years ago.
2017.
I think that's right.
So 8 years ago? Yeah, and I still remember, like, I lived in Minneapolis at the time, and I was still like, there is no silence in this entire city, ever. There's literally
That's pretty
0
much true.
seconds of silence at any time. And I was just, like, trying to get to sleep in my hotel room, and I'm like, how do people get used to this?
You do. It becomes your soundtrack. It becomes your, if you're listening to like the Calm app to go to sleep, that becomes your soundtrack. Is like sirens and
Right.
It's very
Right.
strange how your body does get used to it.
Yeah. I don't, it's kind of like I remember we lived in Dayton for the first 18 years of my life or thereabouts. And I still remember like there was a train line far off in the distance and they would often roll through at night and they'd, they'd blow their horn. And that sound of that distant train horn always still makes me feel like cozy,
Yeah.
even though train horn is not designed to be a cozy sound.
So we lived out in Dayton. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what train line it even was. It sounded like it was far, far away, but
Well, it was right across the river. Actually, the tracks were right across the river from our house.
oh, that's not that far then. What was it, like a mile maybe? Probably not even.
Not even, probably.
So yeah, I always remember late at night hearing that train horn in the distance.
Yes, indeed. No question about it. God, you only got 2 minutes left. Why does your half hour burn so quickly?
We had so much to talk about. We missed
that's what it was,
Piggy
okay.
and
We did, yeah.
terrible social media, plane crashes, Bill Burr.
I just really would. We may as well close with Bill Burr. Exactly. May as well close because we only got 2 minutes. But I just, are people going to ever settle down again? Are they going to be just this hateful, hate spewing, puking out BS?
When social media dies, it's going to get a lot better. I
It's
think.
what it is. I mean, the fact that we already, kind of moved away from, radio and television. Is there any local radio or television? It's still there, but does anybody watch it or listen to it?
I mean, we are seeing major media layoffs right now
Major.
across
Yep.
major. I mean, not even like,
Yep.
and it's going to get worse between now and the end of the year. Paramount, laid off 1,000. Last week, they still have another 1,000 to go. Yeah, and once if that whole Warner Brothers thing happens, that will also drive more layoffs, and that involves more with CBS News and more with CNN because you're merging all of those together. It's going to be a bloodbath, and then you have all of your local affiliates. You've got your local newspapers. I mean,
Right.
everyone is really at this point working on a skeleton crew.
That's really sad.
It's really, really sad. And hopefully at some point journalism will swing another way, but the economy right now is not allowing for them to create new jobs in the media.
One thing I am terrified of, though, are these AI voices.
Yeah.
You don't even need humans anymore.
I don't know. They're still not great. They're
I hope you're
acceptable
right.
for things like meme videos or whatever. but
Right.
I don't know. They're not going to replace real voice actors for at least a while.
I
Yeah.
hope.
And people have to learn to spot AI better. And I think that that's another
Yeah.
thing too, like realizing what you're being fed. Facebook's the worst of it, honestly. What you're being fed in terms of AI stories, not
What
even
is-
close to true.
And not even just AI stories, but it really highlights how people don't notice things. Like I mentioned this, like, what was it, 2 months ago? I saw some AI video on Facebook about like they were rescuing a whale or something like that.
Right.
And like they do a shot and like they would be hosing the whale down, and then it would be the next shot, and like the hose would be a different color and that sort of thing. It's like little things would just change in between shots, and so many people don't notice those things, like,
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you can have something that's taking up a big part of the shot, like one of those canvases they use to like pick whales up. Those are big, and it'll change color, and people don't notice that, even though it's the focal point of what you're watching. And it's like, I don't know, how passive of a watcher do you have to be to not actually notice what you're watching?
Well,
I
that
guess.
would be good to pay attention. Yes.
Yeah, there's not a lot of critical thinking. That's no, there's not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're right.
I don't know what's happening in schools right now, but why they're not teaching critical thinking. That is actually my biggest worry, because people fall prey to, whether it's a meme, whether it's an AI story, whether it is a conspiracy theory. That worries me the most about society. And I think that social media has really brought that in. Because sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, that could be true, but is that true? So then I will myself then go and try and find the source of it. And it's usually pretty easy to debunk something, but people maybe aren't that curious about it. I am, just as a reporter, so I guess that's my natural inclination, but I worry about that.
All right. Well, go take a nap so you're ready to go tomorrow.
I gotta go. Actually, I worked till midnight last night, so I am tired. A nap.
Well, you
will
did a
be-
great
bet.
job.
Yeah, I worked for a decision desk for all the elections last night, so it was.
Oh yeah.
It was a long night, and I did California polls, so it was a lot.
How did it work out?
Well, we are going to redistrict here. Yes, on 50 here in
Really?
California. So,
Oh, that
Really?
seems to be the thing. Everyone's going to redistrict.
yeah. I think it was, but it was interesting that California chose to put it to vote instead of just doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think at least they put it to the people, and I was interested because I actually had Orange County, which typically votes Republican, and I was shocked to see that area overwhelmingly voted yes on 50.
Yeah.
Because I was following that one very carefully last night, and I was like, that's interesting. So
Well, we'll keep an eye on it, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
yes, absolutely. I will see you all. It'll be Thursday. This week
It'll be
is flying by.
Thursday. Yep,
Have a
that's
good one,
true.
everyone.
Thanks a lot. Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take a break. Be right back right after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Pally?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let us take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow, and that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions. Whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment, because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approvals and more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. Rocking out, man. What's
We
the
have
buzz?
Julie with us, Julie Jo Larson, with your book, 100 Things to Do in Minnesota, right?
That's right. Hi, welcome. Thank you.
Magnificent to have you. So, yeah, what's the name of the book again?
Well, actually, I have two books. The newest
books,
is
okay.
100 Things to Do in Minnesota Before You Die. The first
Okay.
one was 100 Things to Do in Minnesota Northwoods Before You Die.
So it had to be in the North Woods. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So you live up in the North Woods,
Yeah, I live just outside of Brainerd now.
Oh, okay.
right outside. Oh,
So I grew up in New Ulm, so I travel the whole state still. It's just a lot of fun going north to south and seeing everything that I can see. So my publisher allows me to write about the whole state.
Well, that's the ticket. I grew up I was actually born in Long Prairie, Minnesota, which is not that far from Brainerd, actually. I mean, it's a
No,
ways.
it's near Eagle Bend.
It is indeed, but I was born there. I lived there until I was, I think, 1, and then we moved down to Minneapolis. So but we still went up to Long Prairie all the time to visit my grandparents. Both sets of grandparents lived up. Well, I shouldn't say both sets because my one grandfather was a complete bum. But in any case,
Well, we were just over there. Was that 2 years ago?
mm-hmm.
It wasn't 3 already. No, there's no way.
It might be. It's been a while.
Yeah, we were up there visiting. She was your great aunt. What was
Yeah.
she?
Oh, do you mean Mary Ann?
Yeah,
She was my aunt. This is
Just
my
aunt,
dad's
okay.
sister. Yep.
Dad's sister. All right.
I
Yeah, I don't know how
adored
much.
her.
I don't know a whole lot about that side of the family.
Absolutely adored that woman. There's no question about it. She was she and her husband too, and her husband died very young, unfortunately. Well, why don't we get on more positive stripe here? But that is true. I did lose my uncle. He was just, God, Larry Levine. What a great guy. Anyway, moving forward. So what's in your wallet? What are you working on?
Well, I've got these two books out right now. I'm working on the third book. It's called Secret Minnesota, A Guide to the Weird, Wonderful, and Obscure.
Okay.
So far, I've got just over 6,000 miles put on this year for research, traveling across the state looking for the unusual oddities that we have here in Minnesota.
Oh, see, now this is interesting. What's that all about?
Well, I found up in Coleraine is a Raven Cove Abbey. It's an old church that's been redone. It's you walk in and there's this cute, quaint little coffee shop. And you go a little further and there's a restaurant and a bar. You go down just a couple steps and they have maybe 5 stations of axe throwing.
Okay.
Joseph is from Hungary and his wife Sue is from the United States. But when Joseph grew up, axe throwing was just a part of their culture in Hungary. And he wanted to bring it to Coleraine. It's the cutest little church you can imagine with stone. Edgar Allan Poe would be perfect in there. And they even have a secret bookcase that when you hit a button and open it up, there's a marvelous wine cooler behind it.
Okay, there you go. Now you're talking. How did you get involved at the very beginning? Have you always been curious about these things?
Yeah, I've always liked the unique and the unusual. I grew up in New Ulm, way down in southern Minnesota. My mom's the oldest of 11. We did not travel as kids because obviously with 30 cousins, all we did was go from house to house.
Yep.
You got your own softball team, kickball team. You don't really need to travel. But when I met my husband, who was from Brainerd, we just started running across the state. And then we had kids and, you take the kids to games or you take them to vacations and things. When the kids left, I formed a group of women called the Mystorians. And we love searching out history and unique and unusual places. So on weekends, we hop in somebody's car and we go. Sometimes it's an overnight, sometimes it's just a few hours, but we found it to be really a rewarding way of touring Minnesota.
Oh, I understand that 100% because from the time I was, I believe, 11 years old, I was in a rock band. And so we kind of spiraled out. Your spiral gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we'd appear at all these different places. And then later in life, I would just search places out, like you mentioned, New Ulm. Had a nice brewery there. I don't know if it's still there or not.
It is the oldest brewery in Minnesota.
That's what I
And
thought.
yep,
Yeah,
Shell's
Wow.
is there. They
Shell's is
also
still there.
Oh my gosh, it is. You have to go. It is
It's great.
so huge. Their Oktoberfest is probably like maybe the fifth largest in the United States. It's massive.
Huh.
Yep. When I was, I believe, about 17 or 18, I was in a marching band with all the parades and all that stuff. I was one of the drummers. And we came down to New Ulm every year. We'd come to New Ulm and do the celebration. It was wonderful.
You were probably part of Heritage Fest back then.
I think that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that
The
kind of
greatest.
evolved. Oh, neat. So you have a lot of interesting memories of New Ulm then.
Oh, I do. There's no question about it. One thing I will tell you about traveling around, whether it's from, East Grand Forks, which is in Minnesota, not in Grand Forks, North Dakota, to Duluth, down to New Ulm, down to Mankato, all these places. We used to travel all of those towns playing in that marching band. And I got to tell you, people that I met, and this is many, many years ago, but they couldn't have been more pleasant. They were like, hey, thanks for coming to our town. It was really nice of you to come. I mean, that's really just sweet. I love that.
They are very, very genuine. Even today, New Ulm is still really heavy into the German culture. You've got, of course, the
Oh, yeah.
brewery and
Yep.
the Glockenspiel, phenomenal ribs at the Kaiserhof, the big Hermann German statue.
Herman German. That's right.
I mean, it hasn't changed a lot since I was a kid. The big difference is when I was younger, if you would go down on the street corner, you would hear German every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's not so much, but if you go to the Domeyer's Little German store and you go in and gift shop or something, you're still going to hear some German. So
God, isn't that wonderful? Well, I'll be honest with you. My father was English. He was born in America, but he was English. And my mother was German, and they never got along. Not one day can I remember when those two got along. And then all of a sudden he was just gone one day when I was a very little boy. And I mean, it was that. It's interesting you bring that up because I don't think people understand just about 50, 60, 70 years ago, Minnesota was nowhere near as closely knit as it is today. Not even close.
no, even from those small towns, New Ulm, Hanska, Lafayette, each one of those communities, sometimes you would have a very distinct culture. And in New Ulm, the big joke was, our diversity was, are you German Catholic or are you German Lutheran?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
I was like
true.
that when I was a kid.
And then I went ahead and I married a Lutheran Scandinavian.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, hence why I'm not living in New Ulm now, but it's okay. But each little community does get its very distinct culture. Up here in the Northwoods, you can drive 10 miles and you're going to be in a Finnish community, and then a little bit further, you've got the Danes and the Swedes and the Norwegians, and there are still those very heavy pockets where the culture and the food and some of those customs are still practiced a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, again, being in that marching band, going to all these different communities and eating the different foods and meeting the different kinds of people. They were not a lot alike. People think, oh, they're all Minnesotans. Minnesotans are not alike from north to south, east to west. They're not a lot alike at all.
We have our similarities, but then we have some
Yep.
very real
Yep.
distinctions.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think of the movie Fargo and how people laughed when that came out. I was in New Ulm living, and it can't possibly be like that. I can tell you a couple names of people that would fit in with those characters almost perfectly.
Oh,
So
yeah. No, it's true. So are you going to go on tour? Are you going to travel around the state promoting your book?
I will be.
Or your books, I should say.
I've been traveling. So the first book came out in 2021. I wrote it the first year of COVID. And that was the 100 Things to Do in Minnesota Northwoods. My copies are trash because I travel so much. I mean,
Okay, we can handle that.
I go to libraries and bookstores and educational places, community organizations. I love promoting Minnesota, and also just really getting people to think about how big we are, but then how, you can travel 100 miles and it's so different, not only the scenery, but the people and the food and the beverages. So I love traveling. The next book will come out next fall. It's due to Reedy Press in February, and I'm still trying to decide on the 84 places. This next one only has 84. So it's always a hard thing, behind me on the wall is a map, and I pinpoint every place that I've looked at. And then people email me. You can go to juliejolarson.com and send me a message if you've got something weird and wonderful you want me to look at. I've got a lot of traveling yet to do. I try to go someplace every weekend. So it's just a lot of fun.
Well, that is a good thing. And with your name, you probably run into about 50 people every time you travel that have the same name you do?
You're going to die laughing, but you're not going to believe this, but my publisher has another person that writes for them. She only writes for the Twin Cities. Her name is Julie Jo Severson. Two Julie Joes in the same state is unheard of. Two with the same publisher.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that took just a little bit of time to get used to for the publisher. But they keep us apart. It's Julie Jo, the Twin Cities, or it's Julie Jo, Minnesota.
No, there you go. Okay.
So and that kind of makes it right. But yeah, I don't find very many people with the same full name. Julie Jo is what my grandpa used to call me, so I just keep it and hold it tight to me for his memory. Plus, it differentiates me from, what should have been everyone else writing, because there are a lot of Julies that write. But yeah, we kind of do that. We have a lot of fun with it.
Okay, where's your next appearance?
I am appearing tomorrow at Central Lakes College. They have something called, up here in Brainerd, it's called Cultural Thursday, where the first Thursday of every month they bring in a guest speaker. Last month they had Tommy V's son came in and talked about his dad's music and what it was like growing up with him. I am this month. Sometimes they have people come in and talk about trips they've taken overseas, or the Spanish teacher wrote a book about being bilingual. She traveled a lot to Mexico. So they've got all kinds of things like that there. They offer, but tomorrow I am at Central Lakes College. The program starts at noon and it'll run until a little before 1. There's questions. I'll have some of my books signed and ready. And then I'm appearing a couple times in the next few weeks because, of course, we've got the holiday season starting up. And let me pop that up. Yeah, I'll be at the Arboretum here in Brainerd on the 22nd from 9 until 3. And then I've got a couple more smaller events coming up after that, leading into the holiday season. I've got room for a couple more events. I try not to pack it in too tight in the holidays.
Yeah, sure.
And of course, with weather, the issue sometimes is the roads. It can be clear roads here, and I'll get to New Ulm and I have to turn around because 14's closed or 15's closed. So I always have to pay attention to those. I am booking for next year already off my website. So if there's a library or an organization or someone that needs a speaker, go ahead and go to my website and fill out the form and I can get back to you.
Great.
And like I said, I'm still looking for some of those weird and wonderful places. This summer, one of the unusual places I found was the Birch Coulee Battlefield. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it's over by Morton. It was one of the biggest battlefields from the U.S.-Dakota War in 1862.
Oh, God.
And they have turned it into a phenomenal historic site with wonderful signage, a lot of prairie grasses, just a wonderful learning place to be. Very peaceful. It was just beautiful. I just got back about a month ago. I was in Pipestone for a weekend. Had a lot of fun down there visiting the quarries. Like I said, I was up in Bovey and I saw a 2-story antique mall that's all consignment. That was really cool. I've just been finding, weird little gems that people don't know about, and that's what I like to write about.
Excellent. Well, stay in touch. You got to pop on once in a while. We'd love to have you on again. This stuff is very interesting to me.
It's a lot of fun to travel. It's even more fun, though, to share it with people and to get them excited about getting out, even for a few hours.
I think everyone's wondering if their town is represented in the book. Everyone who's listening.
Oh, my gosh. There are, I've only got 100 things in each one of these books. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of overlap, but not much. If somebody's got something cool in their town they want me to check out, by all means, juliejolarson.com, fill out the form, tell me about it, and I'll come on the road and check it out.
Sounds good. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good day. Very, very pleasant. We like pleasant people. Have you noticed that?
Like pleasant people.
No question. We'll take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Well, we're talking Wellshire here. Nice people, really nice people. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Memory Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I do highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility, has a full nursing team always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, as I've said many times, and they are a family-owned local company, conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They are the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear from Cesario?
Cesario?
You're supposed to be on today.
I would have been good to know that.
I told you before the show even started.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely did, Andy. Well, now I don't know how we're going to get a hold of him because I can't give you his phone number over the show.
Well, no. I mean, we don't have the phones hooked up anyway. The internet's all messed up, remember?
Oh, we can't get anybody on the phone?
No, everything should go through StreamYard whenever possible. So all I need is an email address, really, but don't want to give that out either.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where all this stuff is. I don't know how to get... God, I would assume that he would probably call, but maybe he doesn't have the number, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good. I wanted to make sure that he was locked. We're gonna have to get together and figure this out. Have a system, because he definitely wanted to be on the show, and I can book him in a later week. But I would have loved to have had him on today. That would have been great.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow's open.
All right.
We got Brittany, but she said I already asked her ahead of time, and she said she's okay with having guests on with her.
Oh, so. I think she would like that. I
there you
think
go.
She would like that. Do you want me to send you his phone number? And
we can just do it after the show, and then I can.
Or so you don't. Yeah, we probably don't have time to have a guest on now, do we?
I mean, to get it all set up and everything, it would be bad radio or whatever you want to call it. Bad podcasting.
Well, Mr. Cesario, Jeff Cesario, we're definitely going to have you on. It's just a little, I mean, it does happen once in a while. You get little glitches and blah, blah, blah. But we will get you booked because, we got to make sure these guys, when they come on, are definitely ready to go because, they live in anywhere from New York to Los Angeles to Atlanta to wherever. So we got to make sure we can get them on the show when they can be on because it's, well, first of all, they're very big names and they sell out all the stuff they do. So I will call him after the show today. It, won't be that big a deal, but
No.
because if it was that big a deal, he would have called me and I have not heard from him. So I don't think it's a very big deal. We'll get it done. We've got 5 more minutes to do the show, don't you think?
Well, technically we got 20. It's only 11:25.
Well, I know, but I was trying to cover that up. Thanks for revealing that. That's really good. It all worked out in the end. No, I just, like I said, it's one of those situations where this is something brand new. And whenever you do something brand new, it always has glitches in it. And, to have missed Jeff today. But like I said, I will get him on tomorrow I'll call him today and see if he can be on tomorrow. But now next week, you better make sure that your fake uncle will get on. Nick
What?
Swardson, he'll come right after you
Oh.
if you don't get Nick on time.
Where is he?
He's in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna be on StreamYard then.
Yeah, I
Won't
would
be-
assume so. Yes.
Won't be cramming into the studio like last year or whenever that was.
God, what was that? I think it was last year.
Yeah, he was
Didn't
in
have like
West Palm
5
Beach,
guys
remember?
with him or something.
Well, no, there was just like the one.
Oh, one guy.
Yeah, he didn't come in though. I don't think.
No, we had dinner with him.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like you and Mom and Nick in that studio. But for those who don't watch or don't really comprehend what they're seeing on Tom's camera, the studio is it's what, like 8 foot by 8 foot
Oh, it's bigger.
room.
Than that. It's bigger.
I don't
than
know.
that.
It's not terribly large. The room you're in right now.
No, it's not. Oh, you
And
mean the
there's-
room that I'm in?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. This room's about 10 by 12, probably.
if that. And
that,
there's
yeah.
a lot of furniture and a lot of stuff in there. So 3
Yep.
people in that room is actually pretty crammed.
Yeah, 3 people in this. Yeah, it would be.
I think we did used to do 4. Well,
We
at
did.
some point, I think
Yep.
we did 4. Like Alex and I were both down there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the room got pretty hot.
I think I saw us sat in the chair behind me for those shows.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not really sure about it, whatever. But I really do
been a
like the
while.
fact that all of you, I want to thank all of you people for sending out the names. I mean, obviously, Frank, I just happened to have been talking to him before that, but he kicked the whole thing off and then have Jeff call me about, there are things going on in the business with people we know together, things are going, really well or not so well or whatever. But then getting a hold of Nick Swardson for next week. So, I mean, it'll be, once we get the whole thing locked in place, it'll be much easier to book people and get everything up on time and all the rest of it. But I will try to get Cesario on tomorrow. So he'd be on the second half, he'd be on. From
11 on.
11 on.
Yeah.
That'd probably work, don't you think?
Yeah. No, I don't think that'll be a problem at all.
Well, I'm really glad you booked that guest because she was terrific.
Yeah, so I was, yesterday, I think it was yesterday morning. I've been sick for a while, so I haven't been
Right.
exactly keeping up on a lot of things. And I was like, oh crap, we don't have a guest for tomorrow. And then an email came through from like her publicity agency or whatever it is, whoever she hires to
Oh,
get
that's
these
good.
people sending out emails. And I'm like, oh, actually, that's a perfect thing.
Indeed, but it's a good thing that Jeff probably reset anyway because he would have been on that whole time. So
That's true.
it all works out in the end. Why don't we take our final break, come back and wrap things up next 5-10 minutes, something like that. That's good.
We
isn't
can
it?
do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, family owned since 1933 in historic Northeast Minneapolis, serving steaks, prime rib, chops, fresh fish, and seafood to generations of Minnesotans. The holiday season is just around the corner, and there is no better time to celebrate at Jack's. Private company parties, traditional family dinners, old friends, or even a date night after shopping. Jack's is an extra special place. You know that. Just before Thanksgiving, all the holiday lights and decorations will be in place and ready for your dining experience. Don't forget the special events coming up. Jack's annual Hunter's Dinner. That was yesterday, though, wasn't it? It's the 5th today,
Yes,
isn't it?
that
Yeah,
was the
yesterday.
So we're gonna need a new copy.
That's very cool. Thanksgiving dinner, breakfast with Santa, December 6th, 13th, and 20th. Holiday buffet brunch, December 21st. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations. Visit jackscafe.com for all the latest updates and for making reservations. Can't get enough Tom Bernard podcast. Looking for a vessel to contain your beverages? Perhaps a hat or a hoodie to keep you warm in the cold months and looking cool in the warm months. We've even got luggage with our logo on it so you can show people overseas what they're missing out on. If any of this sounds like your kind of thing, simply head over to tombernardpodcast.com, click on the merch button, and shop away. All right, so what else is going on in the world? Anything in the news that's worth talking about, or is it all just the same stuff?
Well, there's all those mayoral elections.
Well, how did everything go in Minnesota? Who did Jason? Somebody told me Jacob Fry won the mayoral election.
Last night I checked, and he had won the first pick, but they didn't release the second and third.
They didn't?
I'm sure he did, but I should probably make sure. Let's see. Still going, apparently.
Is it really?
This is Minnesota. They take 8 years to do everything.
Well, they do. That is true. Minnesota takes forever to do anything like that.
Yeah, he got 41% of the first choice, and then Omar got 31% of the first choice, but they're still the second and third choice, right? Because it's three choices?
I didn't know that.
I think it's three. Is it 2 or 3 choices? I don't know.
Whatever.
Someone in the chat can. I don't pay attention to this sort of thing. Ellen didn't win. Who was Ellen?
From Minnetonka.
Ellen Cousins. She didn't?
Yeah, she did not win, apparently.
Oh, that's too bad.
That is too bad. Well, she can still come in because you can go again in, 2 years?
Is it every 2 years?
In some places 2 years, some places 4 years. So I don't know. We'll have to see what the deal is. But, yeah, because then by then, more people will know in Minnetonka that this show is even on. So we can help her out more, probably, next time around.
Yeah, there was a bunch of... I know that Mom Donnie won in New York City because, of course, he did.
Absolutely, he did.
His whole campaign was astroturfed to hell. He had so much money behind him. I can't even imagine.
Did.
Cannot even imagine how much money was spent on that campaign.
Well, I don't understand something and somebody can explain this to me because I don't, attack other people's religions or beliefs or any of that stuff if I don't know about it, and I don't know anything about. So, Mamdani is a Muslim.
Yes. I think he's Indian or of Indian descent, of course.
Oh, he is of Indian descent?
I think.
Is he going to be as harsh on some of these people as some of those other members of that tribe?
That's a great question. That's what everyone's wondering right now.
They are. Everyone's wondering what the hell is this going to be like? I mean, you commit a crime in New York and they execute you, or what's going to happen?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't
he's a very he tells very progressive people what they want to hear, so I don't think so.
Yep.
I think it's if anything, he's going to be less hard on crime even than they already were.
Really? You think so?
I think so.
Well, and the one thing I do know is in some areas of the world, if you act out, you do pay the price immediately. So,
yes, not New York City.
Well, maybe it will be now. Who knows?
I don't think so. He's one of those give everyone everything they want all the time people.
Well, that's to get elected. Now we'll see. Now that he's been elected.
That's true. Now that he's elected, I don't know. That would be an interesting tactic is tell people that you're Mr. Softy and then you get elected and all of a sudden here comes the iron fist.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Just like I said, one thing I would tell you is all my different political experiences throughout my life have changed so much. I just went from when I grew up in a household, my mother and father were both ardent Democrats, and I have nothing against Democrats. I don't like extremists of any party. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, what you are. Your extremism makes me want to vomit. Not everybody's like you. Calm down, right?
Yep.
I just wish they wouldn't be like that, but I don't know. We'll see how everything works out. It just...
People in the chat are saying, yeah, he was a strong defund the police guy. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what you want to do is defund the police in New York City.
All I have to say is if you live in New York City and you voted for this, please stay there.
Yeah.
Don't come elsewhere and ruin everywhere else, please.
They want them to defund the police.
Yep. Well, I mean, that was the movement. I don't think they still
Yeah.
believe that because it's like insane and fringe, even by insane fringe standards at this point. But
Yes.
like the fact that you could ever fall for that is not good.
I would have to agree with you 100%.
Yeah, West Palm is about to get even more crowded. Yeah, it sure.
Oh.
Everyone in New York City is going to flee to Florida. Not that they already weren't, but God, did you
No,
see what? It's Abbott, right? The governor of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he's going to impose a 100% tariff on anyone moving from New York City to Texas.
Really?
He basically said you can't come to Texas.
You can't
Stay
come
out.
to Texas.
And honestly, I think a lot of states are going to have to do that.
Maybe. I don't know. What a world. What a world. What a world this has turned into. Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
All right. You want to close it out?
I don't think well, I mean, what do we got? It's Wednesday, so we got 2 more days. So on the 5th, or on the 10th,
5th is
5
today.
days from now,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing our last Jack's Cafe drawing. So remember to get that in at
Well, that's for this
at
year.
Tom
Right?
Bernard Show on X. Is the last $100 gift card we're going to be giving out. So get your comments in now.
I like it. Yeah, and I'm sure that I've known that family forever, so I'm sure they'll return in the spring with a new run at it. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
it is Guy Fawkes Day, isn't it?
It's Guy Fawkes Day, yeah. There you go.
Remember the 5th of November. And then
Indeed.
that's pretty much all I know about Guy Fawkes. He said that, or someone said that about him. I don't know. And he had the mask. I never watched V for Vendetta, and I don't really care that much about British history, so.
There you go. All right, that is going to do it. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Every time I hear the same reminds me how you talking.